Hey everybody, welcome back to Chamberlain Family Farms, and welcome if you're joining us for the first time. So if you saw one of our videos not too long ago, we did a small potato harvest, and now we're ready to go ahead and do the big one, which this is pretty big for us, but this is our first time doing it. So we have 3 rows, and as you can see, the tops of the plants are pretty much dying off, which means that they're ready. It takes between 80 and 100 days to maturity from the time that you plant, and it's been that amount of time. So let's see what we have. It is ideal to use a potato fork, and we have one somewhere, but I couldn't find it. So we're gonna go ahead and use a shovel. It worked okay the first time, and that's what we have, so use what you have. The first one here is gonna be one of the smaller plants. And we might have some good fingerlings. So because he's using the shovel, as you can see, he's not going through and just digging and shoveling everything up because we don't want to chance damaging them. So he's just getting a nice start at the bottom of the plant with the shovel, and then he's going to go in and with his hands and go around in the dirt and find out what's in there. Boy, the bugs are really bad today. They'll kind of be all over down here under the ground. It's kind of like a scavenger hunt. So we've got about a handful out of 2 plants so far, which I think is a pretty decent considering the smaller garden that we have here.
Just glad they ain't rotting all that rain.
Yeah, we've had a lot of rain lately, which thank God really, because we had been in a drought for, all spring. And so here it is the middle of summer, and it seems like it's reverting back to springtime where it's been raining and thundering and tornadoes and all that kind of stuff here lately. The harvesting is one of my favorite things because you can see the fruit of your labor. So I really can't remember which rows I planted the red potatoes in. It looks like all of these so far are going to be the yellow golden potatoes, which those in the red are my favorite. We don't really do like the Idaho potatoes. I think that the red and the gold are great for just about any type of meal, even baked potatoes. And we eat a lot of potatoes. So doing it this way, we planted early and we're harvesting now. And we plan to go ahead and do a second potato garden so that we'll be able to get a harvest later in the fall. We've got some pretty nice size potatoes, so we've got a few of the smaller fingerling type of potatoes, but most of them are a pretty good size so far. And guys, while he's doing this, we have some pretty exciting stuff coming up. So stay tuned and subscribe to our channel and give us a thumbs up if you like the content. If you have any suggestions for future content, we're always open to those because we are constantly working on projects and looking for new ideas. So one of the things in the works right now is a food cellar down at Kim and Phil's at Site 1. So we're at Site 2 right now. This is where we have our little greenhouse over here, and this is where I have my bees. And we have most of our corn down here. And this is Philip and my home, Site 2. And so then over at Phil and Kim's, which is what we call Site 1, we have the majority of the tomatoes, the peppers, the squash, the cucumbers, all of that. So we're putting a food cellar down by the garden, and we are in the process of making that video as we go. It's a pretty long process because it takes, you know, a lot of time. It's rained, so he's had to pump out what he's dug so far, and then that has to dry up and everything, and we have to get block, and we've already laid some concrete down there for it. So it's a pretty long process, but stay tuned because I have a feeling that project is going to be amping up here very shortly, and we're going to be getting that done. We got the garage electric all done down there at site 1. We've just got, oh, and then the barn for the animals, where we had done like a little makeshift barn for the animals last year, where we put up some panels and we, you know, kind of rigged it a little bit, which it worked for the winter. It's what we had at the time. So now one of the projects is Philip is going to be fixing that barn because it needs some roof work, and then he's going to be making some permanent stalls for the animals. And so look for that coming up. So let's go ahead and see what he's got so far. Whoops. All right, so it looks like we have, let's see, we've got about 25 potatoes so far from this first row, which, if you ask me, that's excellent. We also have our farm market, guys, and we have a bunch of green beans, and people are showing a lot of interest in our green beans. They are so good. In the crock pot right now, I have beans, potatoes, some smoked sausage, and so that's gonna make a great dinner. But we've been selling the beans half a bushel for $24, and we've got a waiting list for it. So if you guys are nearby in Indiana, we're in the southern Indiana area, give us a shout out. We have that. We're gonna have we have live rabbits, of course. We have some processed rabbit meat, if you're interested in that. Rabbit meat is really good. It tastes kind of like chicken. So if you like rabbit meat or want to try it and you don't have the stomach to process them yourselves, we can do that for you. Rabbit meat right now, $6 a pound. We have homemade candles that I make, $8 to $12, depending on small or large. We have, of course, rabbit nesting boxes for $25. And those are, everything is homemade or homegrown, guys. We have rabbit furs that we've done, and you can see some of the videos where we've been processing those. It's just a really exciting time for us, getting this farm really starting to go. I'm going to be checking out my bees again here soon, so there's going to be an upcoming video for that. We've got blackberries coming on. We've got some persimmon coming on. The pawpaws will be coming in this fall. So we are going to be tearing down our old barn, which it's right there. It's not very safe. It's, you know, this homestead is a generational homestead. It's been here for, you know, a couple hundred years. That was originally built by great-great-great-grandpa. And it's not safe now. So we are going to probably, well, we are going to have to tear that down and build a new structure and hopefully repurpose a lot of the wood and the material that can be salvaged from it. My bees aren't too far from here, and some of them are getting Philip.
Hey, look at here, a gold button.
Oh, is that an old one?
Oh, it ain't new.
You just never know what you're gonna find. He found a gold button in the dirt, And this is probably something that has been there for a really long time. And we found the red potatoes. So and this is starting on row 2. So we have this row and one more to go.
I found there's potatoes on deeper than that.
I'm just gonna go back through and make sure that we didn't miss any. There might be some a lot deeper than what we dug, but like I said, we don't have the potato fork right now. So, I don't know.
Looks like they're stopping.
So we are using the shovel, so we're not going very deep because we don't want to damage them. I think we've already got more red potatoes than we do the gold potatoes. And we had a whole row of gold potatoes planted. I'll remember that for next time. And you know what, guys? If we miss any, that's okay, because you know what's gonna happen? They'll probably end up just coming up again. Well, guys, that was our potato harvest. We got all these potatoes, mostly the red, some gold, but plenty for our family for a while.
We hope you enjoyed watching Chamberlain Family Farms. You can contact us at chamberlainff@gmail.com. You can also check us out on Facebook, Chamberlain Family Farms. We hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe.